Hobby Quick Hits. Delivering that breaking hobby news directly to your earlobes. You want to know those hot drops from the card shop? We've got you covered. With your host, John Newman.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Hobby Quick Hits, episode 157 to be accurate. And if you're listening to this on show release day, Monday, we are 9 days away from the 43rd National in Rosemont, Chicago. I hope you're getting excited. I know I am as such, and I know around this time, right, all the content creators, all the podcasts are doing, heavy national stuff, and I guess I'm not going to be any different. And today's show is going to be my approach to the national, kind of how I get ready, things I do, how I save some money. This is not going to be necessarily a tip show, wear deodorant, wear comfortable shoes. There's plenty of that. This is just going to be things I do to have more money for the show and different things like that. It might be tips in that you might get an idea or two from something I said. You could, by all means, if you like a tip that I'm doing, be more than happy to steal it or use it, not steal it, but use it, and might help you in your prep for the national as well. So I'm going to tell you how I kind of generate some money for my pocket and to buy some stuff and to enjoy myself and all that other good stuff. So that's what this show will be about. Won't be super long, but you might take a few things from my approach. All right, let's see what's hitting the market product-wise. Starting on July 19th, 2023, Historic Autographs Flight. Same day, 2022, Leaf Trinity Football. Also on the 19th, a lot of releases here. These are all on the 19th. 2022-23, Panini Chronicles Basketball. 2022-23, Panini Impeccable Soccer. 2023, Panini Score Football. 2021-22, Upper Deck Credentials Hockey. 2022-23, Upper Deck Parkhurst Champions Hockey. On the 21st, 2023, Leaf Superlative Sports. Also on the 21st, 2023, Panini Prism Baseball. Also on the 21st, 2023, Panini Select Draft Picks Football. Also on the 21st, 2023, Panini Select UFC. Going to the 26th, we have 4 items. 2022 Creator Series Update 1 Jumbo. 2023 Onyx Hidden Gems Collection. 2022 Panini National Treasures Football. 2023 Upper Deck Marvel Loki Season 1. And closing out the month, on the 28th, we have 2023 Panini Select UFC H2 and 2023 Panini Select WWE. And last, and maybe not least, July 28th, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Nexus. So lots of product coming out, some of it aligning with the National, especially with National Treasures Football coming out on the first day of the National. So, as I always say, choose your weapon. Happy ripping.
Let's go round the hobbyverse and catch up on this week's hobby news.
All right, got actually quite a bit of news here, even before the National. Fanatics has announced they are starting a live event branch. So they're going to look to get into the kind of card show space. There's been a debate, I know, on social media whether they're going to try to do an event that kind of competes with the National. Again, Fanatics, Michael Rubin said, when they first got into this card game that they were looking to take it over. So they haven't really been shy to say, what they want to do. So I wouldn't be shocked to see an event like the National kind of compete against it. I really hope they don't and kind of do their own sort of kind of regional shows. They announced that they'll have some of their athletes at these live events, and they mentioned a sports betting aspect to it, which, as someone who does sports bet, I don't know if that there's a direct correlation with cards, but, again, Fanatics has big eyes, big stomach, and the money to do it. So we'll see where this goes. SGC 9 Mano will be headed to the Heritage Auction Block very soon, so look for that. Estimated to bring $6 million, if not more. One of our great sponsors, REA, Robert Edward Auctions, has acquired Huggins and Scott auctions. So they will still be run as two separate entities under the REA enterprise. 3 robberies that made the news. It seems like par for the course now. Almost every day we hear about this. West York, Pennsylvania, a store was robbed there. They know who did it. They are looking for the suspect. Natick, Massachusetts, a store was robbed there. About $13,000 worth of merchandise was stolen. And last but not least, Mint Inc. is the name of the store. It's in Toronto, Canada. 3 masked men came into the store, ordered the employees into the back of the store, filled up some garbage bags with merchandise and wax boxes, and made it to a getaway car driven by a 4th suspect, and local authorities are looking for those folks. So again, robberies at the forefront, and again, these are not always after hours. In the case of the Toronto one, they came in during the store opening and ordered everyone into the back room. eBay has announced their vault won't be just for cards listed on their auction site. You could send your cards to them to be listed on a future auction or just kept in the vault. One stipulation, they won't accept raw cards. They have to be graded and worth at least $250 or more dollars. You will see Derek Jeter maybe at the Chicago National, but he won't be signing autographs, at least for TriStar. He'll be there as a company rep for arena grading, so arena club grading. So Derek Jeter will make an appearance at Chicago. I don't know how long he'll be there, if it's a day or two. I'm not guessing the whole week. And last news story I have for you this week, BBCE has announced they will be launching an auction division. Their auctions will run 2 weeks and ends on Sunday nights, and they will have more information at the National. So there you go.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, National is fast approaching. I am still in the process of getting things squared away, but I'm excited and hope you are too. Hope to see many of you there in person, maybe again or even for the first time. If you see me and know me, I am very approachable. Come, shake a hand. I love chatting with fellow hobbyists, and it's a great fraternity, right, to be in, and you share that passion and love to do it via conversation as well. So things I do, my approach to the National. This is really off the cuff because I've kind of got, I don't want to say got it down to a science, but I kind of do the same thing now every year. And so, what I try to do with my National, right? IPC Hall of Fame graded rookies. I try to go to the show and get 2 cards, if not more, but at least 2 cards of significance. Now, what does significance mean? For me, it's usually 4 figures, right? A 4-figure card. And listen, I'm not crying poverty by any stretch of imagination, but I'm also not a rich guy, right? I do okay, but I do things all through the year to kind of prepare for the National and spending, money on a couple cards like that. Now, I'll go in with a list of 5 or 6 cards on the target list. Not going to get all 5 or 6. Not a chance. Too expensive. But if I get 2, that's the goal. 3, I went above the goal. 1, I got to do a better job at looking and finding some deals and that sort of thing. But so how do I save up money, during the course of the year to bring to the National? So I'm going to give you a couple things that I do. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. The dollar envelope. This was my buddy's deal, and I'm sure he stole it from someone else. My good friend Chad was going to Vegas a couple times a year, and I'm like, hey man, how are you affording to do that? And he's like, hey, I did a dollar envelope. And so what the dollar envelope is, the crux of it is every day, whatever singles you have left, if you're a person that does carry cash still, any singles you have left at the end of the day, you take out of your wallet, your pocket, and you put them in a box or an envelope or wherever you put them. I have an envelope I use. And then you just keep saving them each day that you have them. And I bundle them up. When I get to 50, I put a $50 band on them, and I keep them in my safe. And at the, I would say at the end of the year, but what I do, because it's July, it's not the end of the year, but in July, I turn that in for bigger bills, and that's some of the money I bring to the National. What does that average for me? The lowest I've had was $500 something, and the most I've ever had doing the dollar envelope was $1,300, and that becomes National money. And the best part about that, folks, is you're saving it, and you don't even feel like you're saving it, right? The other thing I do is kind of saving it where you do feel like you're saving it. So, I have pocket money from my paychecks. And sometimes I'll just take that out rather than keep it in my wallet or on me, I'll just put it in another envelope. These aren't ones, but $20 here, $20 there, maybe $50. Maybe I had a good selling week, selling cards online. I'll take a percentage or sometimes all of that and put it in another envelope, and that becomes National spending money. And, another thing I do have some stocks, and stocks earn dividends. I'll take the dividends earned from one July to the next and withdraw that and add that to the cash. Usually that's about $120, if not more, obviously depending on how well the stock did or didn't do. So there's 3 sort of ways I sort of save. Dollar envelope, put money aside just the old-fashioned way, and some dividend earnings. The other thing I do to save money, right, is try to book as far in advance as you can. If you know you're attending, you know where the next National is going to be, right? The earlier you kind of book stuff, you can save a few pennies, and when we think National, obviously it's cards and that's what we're there for, and then but people, right? The hobby's the people. We do a dinner, right? There's a hobby hotline dinner. Danny Black's doing a Hobby News Daily dinner. And so we got to, you got to pay for dinners too, so that can add up. I skip lunches at the National. I'll just have some snacks and water in my backpack to kind of trail mix, beef jerky, stuff during the day, just so I'm eating something, right? It's not really great to go on an empty stomach. You go lightheaded, but getting some sustenance in my belly. But I really skip lunch, and it's dinner time that I'll be honest with you, I make up for it, right? Whether it be, in Chicago's case, some deep dish pizza, or like I said, Hobby Hotline dinner, which will be Harry Carey's, or Hobby News Daily, which will be Parkview Tavern, right? We have get-togethers and, enjoy the company, enjoy a nice meal with that company. And those meals, listen, you travel, right? You're sort of on hobby vacation. You don't want to, just skimp and get, a club, right? You want to, if you're in an Italian restaurant, you're getting a nice Italian dish or whatever, right? You want to enjoy yourself. You don't want to necessarily cut corners, right? And so, that can add up too. Depending on what city it's in, but especially in this year in Chicago's case, right, there's always events outside the National after the National close, right? Cubs might be home, White Sox might be home. It's a great opportunity to go with some friends, catch a ball game, sporting event, and I think this year will be similar. I believe the White Sox are home and the Cubs aren't. And so I've never been to the White Sox stadium, so we get to do that this year. Be the first time attending that stadium. I have been to Wrigley prior, but not the White Sox home stadium. I'm not even sure what it's called anymore. But that'll be fun. And, if we get to do that. And so all these little incidentals and then meals can add up, right? So those savings that I do leading up to the National are huge for me. And I share these, and I'm being very forthright with some of the amounts and how I do it because, listen, it's not rocket science, right? I'm not, a financial planner or a CPA. I just learned some things from being probably old over years of life and other people, right? The dollar envelope's not my idea. I took that from, like I said, my friend Chad. And so I'm sort of sharing it with everyone else. And I'm sure he got it from someone else. I didn't really ask him, but I'm assuming someone else told him how to do that, right? So you can save all through the years, $10 a week, $5 a week, whatever is in your budget, right? Everyone's doesn't make the same amount. So I can't tell you, hey, put $50 a week aside. Not everyone can do that. I don't think, that's fair to tell. So put aside each week what you can, afford to do. Make an itinerary too. Like I already know kind of each day, what night is what dinner, what night is, who's get together that I plan on attending. It just takes a lot of the stress off your plate, right? You know where you're going to be each day. You know what time things start. And that sort of thing. You don't have to, and the other thing it avoids is you telling someone, yeah, I'll be there. And you don't put it in your planner or your phone, and someone else invites you to something else. Yeah, I'll be there. And you find out they're both the same day and the same time, and you're going to let somebody down, right? So I put it in the planner. Someone asked me, hey, you're invited to this. And then I look and I say, oh man, I've already committed to this. I would love to go. It's not personal. And people understand that, right? So you don't sort of disappoint anyone by not showing up or saying you're going to be there and then not actually being there. And that's not a good reputation to get. I'm a guy that says, if I say I'm going to do something or be there, God willing, I'm going to be there. It's not going to be a scheduling snafu. So, kind of planning, putting stuff in your phone, your itinerary, that sort of thing, helps. Even planning with the show, right? You got to know how many days you're going to be there. In my case, I'll be leaving, Sunday sort of early afternoon. So I really won't be there for long Sunday. So my itinerary is going to be Wednesday to Saturday, right? Kind of set a game plan for the show. Hey, Tuesday I'm going to really be, or Wednesday or Thursday I'm going to really be hitting the showcases hard, looking for those couple cards for that PC. Thursday I might have plans to be somewhere at the show doing live interviews in my case, a main stage appearance potentially. So and any of those kind of things like that, you have to organize. Again, put in your planner, put in your phone, your notes, whatever, so you don't miss anything, you don't lose an opportunity to do that. And so that's sort of my approach. The other thing I do, folks, and I've talked about this before too, and I actually broke this rule this year, but I had to because I got a really good deal on a card. But about 30 or 90 days, 3 months out from the show, I literally stopped buying anything of significance. I'm not saying I don't buy a $5, $10, $20 card, but anything really past that, I sort of lock up the accounts, any kind of money, and I don't buy any of those cards. Now, I broke that rule this year. I'm usually pretty good, but I did break that rule this year with a Hank Aaron rookie that I won on an auction. I put one bid on it, and I said I'm not going higher. If someone comes over the top, they get it. No one ever did, and so got a pretty good deal, according to comps, on a card that was one of those cards on my national list anyway. So now it comes off that list. It did cut into the national budget, obviously. So maybe I have a little bit less than I initially had planned on taking, but I have a great card in the process. And listen, one of the things you have to realize sometimes at the national is stuff may cost slightly more, right? Dealers have travel expenses, hotel, getting their stuff there. It's the biggest show on the planet. They know it. I know it. You know it. And they'll probably price the stuff with that in mind. Does that mean you have to buy it? No. Does that mean you can't bargain or haggle for a better price? By all means, you honestly should do that. As a dealer myself, you're almost crazy not to. Doesn't mean they'll do it, but at least you can ask. But, expect the sticker price to be maybe a little higher than online, at least initially. And every dealer is different, right? There's some dealers there that maybe don't have as much travel. Maybe they're local to the Chicago area. They don't stay in a hotel. They get to drive home every night and then just drive back. And so they're packing a lunch, and they're not buying big dinners, and so they have an advantage over the dealers who travel. They can have lower overhead, so they don't have to maybe have that sticker shock price. Those folks are there. Find them, shop around, right? That's the other thing I do. First day I really kind of look rather than buy, kind of make notes of where I've seen cards, their prices, right? Have I ever bought on the first day? Sure. I mean, if you find a card you love and like a lot and the price is just right, nothing wrong with buying it, right? But just know that when you do that, right, and then you do happen to see it cheaper later on, you really can't bring it back to that dealer and say, hey, I found it cheaper over there. I want to give this card back. And it's bad etiquette, number one, and he's probably not going to do it, and nor should he, right, or she. So there's nothing wrong with buying the first day. I tend to, unless it's a very difficult card to find, I tend to sort of shop around the first day, make note of where I've seen cards kind of on my target list and their prices, and then kind of the next day, the second day, start to try to acquire them. Last year's National in Atlantic City, I tried that strategy, and it wasn't until my last day at the show, Saturday, that I made my significant purchase, which was a Sandy Koufax graded rookie, 4.5 SGC. And it was a last minute under the wire, just before the bell type of purchase. Otherwise, it actually would have been, card-wise, it would have been a disappointing haul from the show. So, sometimes it can be difficult. Last year we've sort of seen the hobby reset, but many of the dealers did not want to really do comps, right? They were still holding out hope, like I said, for many of the reasons I mentioned, higher operational costs, travel expenses, and so they weren't, there wasn't, as many deals. I think now with the hobby sort of calmed down for a longer stretch of time, reality has set more in. I think there'll be some sort of more deals, if you will, or more prices closer to the comps rather than that sticker shock national price. So there's my approach. I hope you got a little bit from it. Maybe, a way to save some money like I try to do. And it helps me. So I hope to see you at the National, and thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. All right. Thank you for listening to another episode of Hobby Quick Hits. Want to give out our social media, starting with our website, which is www.sportscardnationpodcast.com. Facebook, you can follow us at www.facebook.com/sportscardnationpodcast/ Twitter, we are at SportsCardNati1, so it's SportsCard NATI1. Instagram at SportsCardNationPodcast, or you can email the show hobbyquickhits@gmail.com. Again, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.